The lake effect machine is set to roar back to life late Sunday into Monday, bringing another round of intense snow squalls to the snowbelt regions around Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. While there is still some uncertainty regarding the strength and exact positioning of the heaviest squalls, conditions look severe enough to force school bus cancellations on Monday in the hardest-hit areas. After buses were already canceled last Thursday and Friday, this could mark a third straight missed school day for some students. Environment Canada has issued widespread snow squall watches and warnings stretching from Muskoka through Simcoe County and into Grey Bruce. Some of these alerts warn of 20 to 50 centimeters of snowfall by the end of Monday, with blowing snow reducing visibility and making for treacherous driving conditions. With weather this severe, it's hard to imagine school buses being able to safely operate in these regions.
Looks like
the highest probability of school bus cancellations will be in the Bruce Peninsula, where heavy squalls are virtually guaranteed. In Simcoe County, the likelihood of cancellations remains high, but it all depends on exactly where the squalls develop. Some areas could get buried in snow, while others may see far less accumulation, leading to possible discrepancies in cancellations across different school zones. For Muskoka and the Kawartha Lakes, snow squall watches are in effect, but the most intense snowfall is expected to stay south and west. While these areas won't be the primary targets of this lake effect activity, there's still a chance of bus cancellations depending on how conditions unfold overnight. Outside of the snowbelt regions, the rest of southern Ontario should remain unaffected by lake effect snow on Monday. No school bus cancellations are expected in areas beyond the direct impact zone. Halton region is digging out from under at least 19 centimeters of snow today. At least that's the amount of snow Environment Canada, in a weather summary issued just before noon on Sunday, February 9th, said it recorded in Oakville. A low-pressure system brought snow to southwestern Ontario and much of the Greater Golden Horseshoe Saturday, February 8th into Sunday, stated the Environment Canada summary. It had issued a snow advisory for Oakville, Burlington, Milton, Halton Hills, which it later upgraded into a snowfall warning. Environment Canada suggests the next round of snow could happen midweek with snow forecast for Wednesday night into Thursday. Following the largest snowfall event of the season for many across southern Ontario on Saturday, another storm is on its way to pack a punch for the region in the middle of the week. A weak Texas low is set to develop early Wednesday, gradually strengthening as it moves up through the Mississippi Valley. As the low moves towards Ontario, there is a risk for mixed precipitation across the province, resulting in hazardous travel and significant slowdowns on Thursday. These storms are part of a winter frenzy that has locked onto the province. Cold Arctic air that has been dominating over the prairies and northern Ontario is clashing with moist, mild air from south of the border. As low-pressure systems pull the mild air northward, southern Ontario is caught on the boundary between the clashing air masses, resulting in the potent snow events we're currently seeing. As always, be sure to keep up to date on your local weather alerts and always check the highway conditions before heading out. While the exact track of the low remains uncertain, it will bring widespread precipitation to many across the province. Localized lake effect snow develops across western portions of Lake Ontario, including areas from St. Catharines to Toronto during the morning and continue throughout the day. As the low nears Lake Erie, the snowfall will intensify in nature across southern Ontario. This system brings stronger wind gusts than Saturday's storm. Gusts of up to 60 kilometers per hour along the northern side of Lake Ontario increases the risk of blowing snow and reduced visibility. As the low continues to move in through the afternoon, snowfall will continue to get heavier during the evening and overnight hours, particularly across areas north of Lake Ontario, including parts of Cottage Country, as well as eastern Ontario, including Ottawa. We could even see some freezing precipitation along the Lake Erie shoreline. Folks can expect significant slowdowns and hazardous conditions on highways during this time. The most potential for the heaviest snow occurs across southern and eastern Ontario in the early hours on Thursday morning, as a widespread, heavy swath of snow north of the low could bring 20-plus cm of accumulation, leading to travel disruptions and potential flight cancellations due to the heavy, blowing snow. Cold air from up north will also be clashing milder air from down south, leading to some rainfall sneaking into the region, particularly around Lake Erie, Niagara region, and possibly even into the GTA. Gusty winds up to 70 to 90 kilometers per hour, where we see the clashing on Thursday morning will also increase the risk for power outages. As the low slips south during Thursday afternoon, the snowfall will gradually reduce across eastern Ontario and southern Quebec. There is some uncertainty as to the exact track of the storm. If the low shifts even slightly northward, it could push the warm air further north, bringing a risk of a wintry mix to regions south of Highway 401. There is also low confidence in pinpointing which regions could see the heaviest amount of snowfall, but areas like Barrie, Bancroft, and Ottawa are likely to see the largest impacts. Looking ahead, another high-impact storm is possible heading into the weekend. Colder than normal temperatures are expected to dominate through the end of February and into March, with an active pattern also expected. The Portland area was hit with up to a foot of snow Saturday night into Sunday morning, adding to the several inches already on the ground after snowfalls in recent weeks that followed a largely dry December and January. About 8.7 inches of light, fluffy snow fell overnight at the Portland International Jetport, the National Weather Service recorded at 7 a.m. Saturday, with other parts of Greater Portland recording 8 to 12 inches. We saw many reports of 10 to 12 inches across the Portland area. The highest was in South Portland. They had 12.5, said John Palmer, a meteorologist at the Weather Service's office in Gray. We had several reports of 11 inches in Cumberland and Westbrook as well. And more snow is forecast for the middle of this week, the Weather Service says. Some of the other top snowfall totals included 12.5 inches in Buxton, 11 in Arundel and Hollis, 10.8 in Bath and Saco, 10.5 in Gorham and Limington, 10.4 in Kennebunk, and 10.1 in Old Orchard Beach. The storm was focused around the Portland area, Palmer said. Midcoast Maine mostly saw 5 to 9 inches, with even less accumulation farther north. The mountains didn't really get a whole lot of snow, and the bullseye was really over the Portland area with this one, Palmer said. There's a snow band that kind of stalled in our area overnight that brought a lot of snow. In Androscoggin County, Poland led the snowfall totals with 8.5 inches, while at least 7 inches was reported in Bowden, Durham, and Lisbon. And in the Capital Region, Farmingdale recorded 4.8 inches, Gardiner 4.7, and Augusta 4.0. On Saturday, Portland announced a citywide parking ban from 10 p.m. Sunday to 6 a.m. Monday. Other municipalities, including Brunswick and Westbrook, enacted similar bans from Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Less snow fell in Portland between October 1st and January 30th than in any other winter in the past decade, according to the Weather Service. Just 16.6 inches of snow was reported in that period this winter, a major drop from 53.3 inches in 2015. But southern Maine is starting to make up some ground this month, with about 4 inches falling in Portland in the middle of last week. And Palmer warned that Mainers should expect even more snow Wednesday night into Thursday. Thursday's event is likely going to be an all-snow event for most of the state. Maybe a little bit of rain and snow mixed down towards Kittery, he said.